guys, I'm Annabelle, and welcome back to Meeple Village. Today we are going to be playing Aeon's End. Now, Aeon's End is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, deck builder game. So I'm really happy to share it with you and show you what it's all about. Join me at the table and let's play Aeon's End. Yes, so Nemesis is turn. So we lose one of these, and we get a new card. Attack. What is this? Fugu? Fugi? Fuga? Fug? Fugue? I'm sorry guys, I'm trying here. Any player discards 3 cards in hand and suffers 2 damage. I'm glad I can read the bottom part. Alright, so discard 3 cards and suffer 2 damage. More damage, didn't I just heal? Okay, so who wants to discard 3 cards and suffer 2 damage? I think I'm gonna have him do it because this one, well, she has 4 crystals, so it's not enough to get to that. So he's got attacks. What to do? Well, she has more, so I'm gonna have her lose 2 damage. She just healed herself, I know, and get rid of 3 crystals. Sorry, Takren, it had to be done. Okay, but with that, we're done, and we're back. And let's hope that Nemesis doesn't get to go again. It is player 2. Okay. Player 2 is going to use his Imbued Smash. He gets to deal 4 damage, and if I discard a card in hand, I will do 2 more damage. So, 4 damage. And I'm just going to go ahead and discard one of these sparks to do another 2 damage. 29. The other way. And that was all from my 3rd breach, so actually that's plus 2 damage because my 3rd breach is plus 1 damage on cast, and if you read the card on the bottom, it says that effects that modify damage affect both instances of damage. Not bad, not bad. We're down to 27. And now we have a spark and a spark, deal 1 damage each, so that's another 2 damage. Down to 25 for this Nemesis, and all we have in our hand is sparks, and a little bit of mana. So I think I'm just going to keep hitting him. Forget the mana. Although I could charge, but I hate to leave breaches unused. So I think I'm just gonna go back to yeah. There's more sparks anyway. So 3. 4 more of these. Oh man. 5. Okay, so that was that. Who's next? Next up we have the Nemesis, who is quickly getting his attack done, and also we have a new minion. So the Volcanic Zala takes 10 to defeat, and Grateful suffers 3 damage, or any player loses 2 charges. And this minions really just serve as distractions, because as long as we're hitting the minion, we're not hitting the big guy. But it is what it is. So next up, player 1, who has almost no cards in hand, but he does, or she, or he, I think it's a guy, Takren does have a spark that is 2 on cast. So I think we're going to get distracted and hit the minion, because I don't want to start, although we can afford a little bit of damage to Gravehold, to be honest, because Gravehold is still at 30. But we'll do it like that for now. And then we have our big smash, and we have 1 crystal, which is not going to do anything. Remember, we did have to discard cards because of something the Nemesis did. So, but we are back to 5, and we are done. And it is our turn again. So we have 5 damage here. Still not enough to kill it. It's actually is 6 damage. No, 5 damage. 4 plus 1. I'm looking at the Nemesis like, should we just kill that thing? I think we're going to go for the guy. So, because he's almost dead. So, and then if I discard a card in my hand, I can do 2 damage. So let's do that. Let's do 2 damage to the Nemesis, which is going to add up to 3. Because again, I did it from a level 3 breach that does plus 1 damage. So 22. Well, here we go. And then I have a spell that I can prep. And then as far as mana, I have my Olivenite, which I can do 1 damage to a minion or get 2 mana. I think I'm going to do 1 more damage to him, so we can get rid of him faster. And then I have 2 manas. What do I want to do with 2 manas? I want to start charging again. Actually, instead of charging, I'm going to focus my level 2 breach to see if I can get it open. Then I can discard in any order I want, so like that. And 5. Crystal. Crystal. Brain knife. Another crystal and another crystal. Okay, crystals galore. And who's next? Next up, the Nemesis. And yes, it has happened. It was gonna happen, right? So what does this do again? If there are 7 or less total flies and maggots, which there are, we don't have any flies or maggots, place 3 flies and 1 maggot into play. Okay, so 3 flies and 1 maggot. Hey, it's not the end of the world, right? Well, I mean, it's not great. So there's 3 flies. I know they don't look like, and then 1 maggot. And then this guy, the Volcanic Zala, is still around, so persistent. Gravehold suffers 3 damage, or any player loses 2 charges. Now, Gravehold is still at 30, so I think I can afford to give it 3 damage and bring it down to 27. Also, our heroes have ways of increasing or healing Gravehold. But that's not all. That's just the cards that were already here. So we get a new card. And it's another thing we can fight. Yet another distraction with this vile breeder. Place a maggot into play and any player suffers 2 damage. And now that's that. So we have to kind of worry about these minions, these maggot things. Player 2 is last one up. He's got a bunch of these things. Let's go for it. So this is 1 damage plus 1 because it's on a third in a breach, in the 3rd level breach. So let's get rid of one of these flies. Then I have a spark. Get rid of a maggot. And I have another spark, which I'm going to use to finish off this guy because he's a 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no. Okay, we'll bring the maggot back. Bring the maggot back. We'll just, I thought he was a 9, but I miscounted. So colorful. So we'll just get rid of this dude instead. I feel like we'll be able to deal with the maggots and the flies. I think, I hope. Okay, so now, what am I going to play? I have 2 of these useless things in my hand. I mean, they're not useless, but that's just 1 mana, really. It's like a crystal. I have this guy that I'm going to prep. And then I have gain 2 or focus your close breach with the lowest focus cost. Yeah, that would be like using 4. Because my lowest cost breach right now to focus is 4, so why not? We'll do that. You play that. And then I will prep my spark, and I have 2 manas that I'm just going to charge up with. Okay, so I get 1 more charge, and these I can put in any order, so just like that. Hopefully it'll be my turn so I can continue to do damage. And 5 cards. 2 sparks, 3 sparks. I'm so tired of seeing these sparks. 4 sparks. Okay, wait, we got 5 sparks for speaking like that about sparks. That's what happens. Okay, and with that, we shuffle turn order deck. It's funny, in this game, you don't shuffle much. There's not a lot of decks that you have to shuffle, but the turn order deck, you're shuffling all the time. These 6 cards are always getting shuffled. Okay, so who's next? First, player 2. He wanted to go again, so there he goes. Okay, so I have 3 damage here, because it's 2 plus 1 damage from being on the level 3 breach. So that will kill that and that. So let's do it. Clear the maggots. And then 1 more damage. We'll give that to this guy. Okay. And with that, now we have a bunch of sparks, just sparks to prep everywhere. And we refill 3 more sparks. Oh my gosh, I really need to charge and get rid of sparks. Okay, and that's it for me. So turn order, we go to player 1. Okay, player 1. He is going to deal 2 damages, 1 because of my spell, 1 because of the breach. So there you go, he's up to 3. And we have gain 1 charge, and any ally focuses their close breach with the lowest focus cost. So that means that this guy gets to open his last breach. He's done it. We've played that, and then I have 4 manas, which, what do I want to do? I think I will use 3 manas to open this so that I have 3 breaches open and I can start healing for more. And I'll just keep that last crystal and refill. 3 plus 4, there's my big spell. Okay, alright, who's next? Next up is the Nemesis. So the Vile Breeder, persistent. Place a maggot into play and any player suffers 2 damage. So here's a maggot, and who wants a 2 damage? I guess we'll give it to him since he's got change ready to go. And for our new, we have an attack. Overrun. Place 6 maggots into play or any player suffers 5 damage. When I know I'm not healing fast enough, I'm not charging fast enough, and if I place maggots into play, I'll have targets distracting me, and Gravehold's gonna suffer damage, but Gravehold can afford to suffer some damage. Let's see, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, it's a lot of maggots. Or, see, this guy will die, this one will gain 1 health. I think I need to do the maggots. So we're doing the maggots. So that's 1, 2, 3, and as soon as that happens, Gravehold suffers 2 damage and we hatch 1 fly. So on top of that, we're going to hatch a fly. Gravehold goes from 27 to 25. And then when the fly hatches, flip the bottommost maggot over to the fly side if able. The bottommost will be here. Here's a fly. And then we have 3 more. 1 and 2 and 3. Bunch of maggots to deal with. Now things are getting interestingly bad. And that was our attack. So we go to the next one, who's player 2. He's got some maggots to take care of. So this is a 2 damage. So we have to hit the topmost. So that's 2 maggots gone. That's 1 damage. So that's 1 maggot gone. And here's another damage, which is another maggot gone. Which is dangerous because if we get another one, we'll trigger that ability again. So that's not that great. In any case, I have a bunch of sparks, 4 sparks, and I have 2 mana, which I will use to charge because I don't want any more cards and I don't have any other breaches. And with that, we go back to 5 cards. There's my 2 things that I need to separate somehow because they're coming back to back together. They don't do much back to back together. Okay. And who's next? Next up is the Nemesis. The Nemesis say, place a maggot into play and any player suffers 2 damage. We are not doing very well with this. We are going to hatch a fly and Gravehold suffers 2 damage. So Gravehold is down to 23. And that's just the card that was here. Now we get something else that we can kill. A guy that is 12. That's 1 big distraction right there. But if we don't take care of it, Gravehold suffers 3 damage. And this minion suffers 2 damage. Oh, he killed himself. Okay, maybe we can leave him alone and let him kill himself. Okay, and last up, we have player 1. Alright, player 1. What do you have? Well, no attacks. So that's no bueno. But does have his big attack for next time. In the meantime, let's see, 3 mana and then 2 spells that I can prep. So I'll prep my big spell here with 3 mana. I probably would like to charge. I don't think there's anything else that I know I haven't bought anything for a while. I just don't know that there's anything worth buying at this point in the game. If I have 4 mana, I will focus. Let's do this here. And then I'll have to use 2 crystals to charge up so that I can heal. And then I go back up to 5 cards. 3. I'm gonna have a big mana turn next time, apparently. Okay, and with that, we're done for the round. We are going to shuffle. And it is player 1's turn again. Okay, so I can deal 4 damage, which is actually 5 damage to something. And then if I discard something, it's 2 to the nemesis. I think I'm more worried about this guy. If I deal 5 to him, that still doesn't kill him. He's at 8. But I will discard a crystal? Yeah, a crystal from my hand so that I hit the nemesis for the 2 damage plus 1 from my breach, 3 more damage. And that puts this guy at 19, so we're getting there. If only we didn't have all these distractions, because now this 1 damage, I want to use it to finish the vile breeder and get rid of him once and for all, so that I don't have to worry about his persistent that's going to give me more maggots. So let's do it like that. Then I have to start focusing on the big guy. 19 is not a lot. We can do it. This guy is 12, so might as well do 19 to him and finish the game. Okay, so I got my Gift of Spirit, which is my spell for 1 damage. And then as far as mana, okay, I have gain 2 mana or deal 1 to a minion. I will deal 1 to a minion to get rid of that guy. At least it's 1 less maggot. Of course, if we get a new maggot, we're going to trigger the whole effect again. I'm hoping this guy can get rid of some maggots, and the bad guy won't act. And then I have 2, of course, I will charge. I will charge again. And 5 more cards. 2, 3, 4, a whole bunch of crystals that are just clogging my hand. Next up is player 2, and let's see, let's kill some maggots and hit the big guy. We have 1 damage here, we'll do that, and we'll have 2 damage here because of the number 2 breach, so at least I feel better. I've kind of hit the maggots a bit. Let's see, this minion suffers, the Gravehold suffers, so this is going to hit Gravehold and it's going to start killing itself. So we'll leave it for now. Let's do 2 damage to the main guy, plus 1 more is 3 more damage to the nemesis. Nemesis suffers another 3, bringing it down to 16. And then I have big spell over here, another big spell over here, another hit, and 2 manas, which I will use to finally finish charging so that I can use my power. I won't be able to use it now because if you read my power, it says activate during your main phase, which is now, but it says destroy 2 sparks in hand. I already used all my sparks. If you do, shuffle your turn order card into the turn order deck, or Gravehold gains 5 life, which might be the way I go. Actually, I want to get rid of sparks, but if Gravehold keeps suffering damage, I might want to heal it a little bit. So if I want to use it to heal Gravehold, I can use it right now. Or if I want to wait until next turn to see if I have sparks, 2 sparks in my hand to destroy those so that I can get another turn, you know, that might be useful. So I think for now I'm going to wait. And then next time, Gravehold is still at 23 life, so it hasn't been hurt that much. I think we can destroy the nemesis before Gravehold perishes. At least I think. But I have all the sparks that I could ever ask for. So I have sparks to get rid of so that I can take another turn. And if I get you know, more damage, then we can finally get rid of that guy. In the meantime, we are done. And oh, I get to go again, so I get to use it now. So I think so. I think I'm going to destroy 2 of my sparks. They're out of the game, so that I can actually have another turn. But before I do that though, I'm going to shuffle in a minute, but I need to cast my spells before I take my turn. So let me put all that back. Alright, first I gotta cast. And knowing that the big guy doesn't have that many hit points left, I think I'm going to go for him. I have 4 damage here, which is in a level 3 breach, so it's actually 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I discard a card in my hand, I can deal 2 more damage to the nemesis. Actually, I'm going to discard my mana, believe it or not, so that I can keep some of my sparks and hit again whenever I get another turn. Remember, because it's a level 3 breach, 1, 2, 3, he's up to 8, I get to do, instead of 2 damage, 3 damage to him. So he's down to 8, but I'm not even done. I have a fire chakram that deals 2 plus 1 for being on that breach, so 3 more damage. So from 8 it goes down to 5. And then I have 1 more damage from Spark, and yes, let's hit him. Even if this guy triggers a few times, I'm not too worried about Great Hole, especially because now I can heal it. So just 4 to go to this guy. And now I can start my turn, and I will trigger this, and I will destroy 2 sparks. But if I destroy 2 sparks, well, it's okay. I'm sure I have better, more powerful spells. So let's destroy 2 sparks to put my card back in there and shuffle. So that means that I get to go again, and there's still, what is it? We've gone, so we get to go twice, and the nemesis gets to go twice. Okay, and then I'm going to place my sparks here, because that's 2 and 2 damage, that's 4 damage, that's all I need. So if I get to go again, we would have done it. We would have defeated the nemesis with my 4 damage, with my sparks, believe it or not. After all, the sparks would have done the trick. But is it our turn again? Yes, it is. It is our turn again, so the plan actually worked out. I will do 2 damage from my spark that gains a +1 for being on that breach, and another 2 damage from my other spark on the 3rd breach, and this guy is going to get scorched down to 0 life. And we did it somehow. It was starting. We were at level 2. Our cards, our nemesis was already throwing cards at level 2. We still had level 3 cards, which are even worse and harder. I saw it starting to grow, but not enough for us to worry. Grave Hole is still at 23 life. Our guys are at half their lives. And that's it. That's Aeon's End. Well, guys, there you have it. That was a full run through of Aeon's End. I hope you enjoyed it. It was tense. There were a few times there where I was like, "Oh, we're not gonna make it. Our guys are gonna die. They keep taking damage." But we did it. We were actually able to defeat the nemesis. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to follow us on Twitter and on Instagram, where we post pictures of your favorite board games. I will see you all in the next video, but until then, may you play more games.